I find it interesting. When I trained, which was about 20, 30 years ago, you joined a spiritual church or spiritual centre. You then went on to a circle, and you were in that circle for about 3 years, and you got to know your stuff. Then you went to the medium of the church and said, I want to do platform work, and the medium would take you around the circuit, so to speak. Every Sunday there was a spiritualist church having a medium, and we would do the circuit, and I would hold that medium's bag and follow her to the church, and I did that for about 6 months plus. Eventually the medium will say, I think you're ready to do platform work, and they have a thing called a fledglings night, where people like me were exposed, and it's not that sort of exposed, but exposed to the audience, and we had our first time on platform. We knew our stuff, and in those days in mediumship, you had to prove the link. There was something like 6 or 10 points of proving the link. So you didn't just say, I've got your mum here. You had to say, I've got your mother here. She died at age 68. She died from this disease. Her husband her name is X. X isn't a name. Her name was Gloria. Her husband was called John. She had 3 kids. This is what she did as a career. This was the colour of her hair, her eyes. She used to wear these sorts of clothes, and she had a scar on her elbow. You can't refute that you've got that person's mother. Once you had proved that you got the link, then you gave the message. And once you gave the message, which was short and sharp, you then broke the link. Nowadays it seems that psychic mediums just go, oh, I've got your mum here and she loves you. There's no proof, and it worries me that we're losing our standards, so to speak. Hell's bells, if you think about it. 20 years ago, I probably did 3 years study before I was even allowed to go on stage and talk to people. Nowadays, what I'm seeing is someone can be into the read a book on spirituality or psychic stuff, and within 6 months open up a Facebook page and call themselves a psychic medium. It just is one of my pet peeves. Know your stuff. And the reason I'm telling you this is, if you're going to do a spiritual development class, wouldn't you rather go to someone who's been doing it for 40 years rather than someone who's just been doing it for a year? Question the authenticity of who you're going to see. The danger in these new psychics who have no grounding is that they lack understanding of the damage they can do. After all, our advice is our consequence. And these young mediums who think that they're talking to people that might just be the imagination are giving advice to people who are really hurting and really suffering and really needing good guidance. And the advice quite often is just rubbish. That ruins people's lives. So be discerning. Demand some proof from the psychic you're getting the reading from. I would ask them how long you've been doing this and what's your background. So to just give you a bit of the idea how things change from my day to this day. What's the point of me talking about this? The point of me talking about this is that there's more to being a psychic medium than saying I've read a book and then I can open up a Facebook page and then I can charge you $100 for a reading. So I hope that makes sense. Be discerning. Thank you.